Dear Pixie, you asked us, what is the point of us being here on Earth? You are incarnated in third density on Earth in order to experience that which you cannot experience from the consciousness perspective of the one pure source. In truth, all is oneness and there is no duality. Yet separation and duality brings much learning and growth for the soul. The question is, can a being who knows only connectedness with Source and oneness have this conscious memory removed, incarnate into matter, experience separation, duality and linear time as if it were the only reality, and still remember that it is pure Source and pure oneness? Can this being find its way back home? This is the experiment, the game, or the question, and the experience lived brings learning to the oneness. Is there a need for us to be here if we are already a part of everything? It is not so much a need, rather it is creation, growth and expansion, which is universal law. Experiencing third density on Earth brings that creation, growth and expansion back to the oneness, for if a third density being recognizes its divinity whilst incarnated in matter, it can then experience duality and oneness, matter and spirit, simultaneously. There are many different reasons from your perspective as to why beings incarnate on third density Earth. Some come to help others, some come to teach, some come to experience the highest level of divinity and love within matter, and yet others come because karmic law brought them to Earth. I find my peace in Jesus. Why is there so much fear-based teaching within Christianity though? The original Christian faith was based on truth and universal law. The original writings were tampered with, leaving some truths and distorting others. The wise and discerning are able to see the truth shining between the distortions, and so too are they aware of the distortions amongst the truths. Christianity can only lead one to true salvation if one is aware of the truths and the distortions and can tell the difference between them. Do wormholes actually exist? And if so, how do they work? Yes, indeed they exist and are part of the fabric of the universe. They work by bringing that which you know as space and time together into one point. In reality, 2 points that are from your perspective light years apart, or indeed in different time zones or different realities, are in the same space. The wormhole is a convergence point that draws the space and time that is perceived as apart from each other into the truer reality of one point. The wormhole is in reality, from your perspective, a section of time-space reality from a higher dimension. Therefore, it is not made of the same universal fabric as that of the third density universe, and it does not follow the same laws. In the truest reality, the wormhole therefore does not exist as you know it, as a section of anything, as it is everywhere, all in one space-time, as it exists in the one space-time dimension which permeates the third dimension. When do we start to feel our DNA replugged and experience those changes? This is happening now and has been happening for some time. The changes occur within the consciousness fields first and then manifest within the physical realm. This is how one anchors a higher dimension into the third dimension. On one level, the DNA is transmuting by itself, yet on another level it is your consciousness that creates the DNA change. Light creates DNA change, consciousness creates light, consciousness is light, DNA is consciousness. Are city dwellers at a massive disadvantage when it comes to awakening their souls, and would they be advised to move elsewhere? Many of those holding the light are placed within cities in order to anchor the light there. These souls are at no disadvantage to the awakening of their souls, no matter where they live. However, they will be led to set up home in areas that are right for them and the individual life experiences and missions set out in their incarnate blueprint. If they need to move away to other areas, they will feel this within, and synchronicity and their inner voice shall guide them to the place they need to be. Can the light-filled, city-dwelling soul shield themselves or even counter any negative forces imposed on them by their surroundings? They can indeed. The first step to this is communication with the higher self counterpart in the form of asking to be guided to that which they need to counter negative energies. The second step would be to act upon this asking through action. There are many ways to draw higher dimensional energies into one's physical living space and to recreate the vortex earth energies that exist in higher frequency areas. The city-dwelling soul of light will be guided into eating the right foods and creating positive energies in their life and within their living spaces through such things as living foods, crystals, pyramids, life-giving, loving fresh water and correct exercise. These souls shall create prana, and they shall spin their chakras. They shall be called to leave the cities should that need arise when the time is right. Do people born without wisdom teeth have evolved DNA, or have they had it altered by extraterrestrials, or is it by chance in nature? Do these people have any special qualities? This is human evolution, and those that are born without wisdom teeth have new DNA patterning that can be referred to as evolved, yes. This is not necessarily indicative of psychic or clairvoyant abilities being prominent, however. This is more a sign of higher density humans who have already been through the ascension process, incarnating into third density to help take the planet Earth and humanity through the ascension. Yes, from one perspective, their DNA has been altered by extraterrestrials, yet simultaneously this is natural evolution. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.